hours played right now.
How you see? Where do you see hours played?
So you're gonna have to compare it to someone, and that's where you see it. Compare it to Viddy.
If you click on the game.
Friends.
No, if you click on the game. Yeah.
Game details, right?
3 hours. 3 hours.
Wow. Yeah, right there. Oh my God. Oh my God.
2 hours.
You're a fraud.
2 hours. 2 hours. You probably fell asleep.
You're such a fucking fraud.
He probably left.
Welcome to ManCamp. Welcome to ManCamp. Perfect.
Hello.
What's up, our beautiful people? What's up, our listeners, our podcasters, our streamers, our downloaders, our bootleggers, our YouTubers? You checking this out? Thank you so much. Thank you for again checking out another episode of the ManCamp podcast.
On Spotify.
On Spotify, we got to put on Spotify. All 2 listeners or 3 listeners that we have on Spotify. I kid. There's more than that. It's just still
The streets are asking.
Streets don't lie.
The streets are asking. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Sorry, Spotify, Apple too, all that fun stuff. Check us out on all the streaming platforms. I am, of course, AG the Mush here, joined by Viddy.
What up?
President of the Liddy Committee, and Mike.
Yo.
The Bronx legend, and we are the ManCamp podcast. It's another one, fellas. Another, what is it? Our weekly podcast that publishes every other month occasionally.
We got a good cadence.
We've been on a good schedule.
Yeah.
It's been about monthly though.
It's summertime.
If you go over the
July.
last 6 months, it's probably our most consistent run since maybe the beginning.
Yeah, it's getting hot.
I mean, think about it, this podcast is about 7 years old.
We up there. We are like 120 episodes or so.
Yeah.
We were in actual studios doing this live.
Yeah. Banging this out. It remains to be seen. There's still a lot more that we can do. Obviously, we do this as like hobbyists. We have our day jobs, as many do. We have our day jobs. We hang out. We still do sorry, Viddy. We have all of that.
Wow.
Shot fired.
Thought we were all friends. Damn.
Why?
Yeah, it's
Why
crazy.
you gotta do me like that?
Yeah.
Viddy, you living a dream right now. But
But I need to
families.
sound devastated because I am.
Right. Families and all that stuff, and we still get together and do this periodically for the love, because can't say we doing it for the dollars at this point. It is for the love, but at some point
we can't force some type of extra production or extra curricular activities that you want to introduce. If it doesn't feel natural, then maybe it ain't right for us. Maybe this is it.
No, absolutely right. Absolutely right. I mean, and that's what it is. But again, everyone that's been here through all of that, here now, we appreciate you. Love you for all of that. And let's just jump right into it, fellas. Right off the bat, there's been a big update. It's been a month at this point. Actually, it's been a month. Thibs is out. Mike Brown is in.
Yep.
Do we cue the music here? Are we excited about this? Crickets.
I mean, we going to 1 to 10?
Coquille.
1 to 10? Like, as far as excitement, 1 to 10?
Yeah.
5?
I was going to say 6.
6, right?
I was going to give it like a 6. Nothing crazy. I mean, listen, there's obviously a reason Thibs was fired, even though they got all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yep.
He was, Thibs, he has a certain way about him. He's stubborn in a lot of ways. And the front office, from all reports we've seen, they want someone that's collaborative, someone that's going to, listen to what other people in the front office have to say as far as adjustments and things of that nature. So it seems like Mike Brown is open to that. I know they're keeping some of the coaches like Mark Bryant, that won the previous staff. Mark Bryant, big man coach. Rick Brunson, which is Jalen's dad, he's staying on. Dave Ehrman. Who else? Mo Cheeks is staying. I feel like I'm missing someone.
I've always thought that's one of the wildest names someone can name their child. Like Mo Cheeks.
Mo Cheeks been around forever though.
I know, but I mean, like his name is Cheeks,
80s,
and then like his parents were like Mo.
We want Mo.
Well, I mean, it's Maurice. It's Maurice Cheeks, but everybody calls him Mo Cheeks. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. But
So he's one of the wilder NBA names.
yeah,
Let me quick question there because as you were saying it, and when the news came out about the assistants being, what was Thibodeau's downfall and what Mike Brown's open to and all that stuff, and obviously the announcement that Rick Brunson's back. I fed into the conspiracy. I'm saying, like, damn, Rick Brunson's the one that got him fired. Like he's not literally directly, but like the whole relationship, the whole dynamic.
well, but why would he do that though? You got to remember, Brunson. He was an assistant coach with Thibs in Minnesota.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Chicago too.
Right.
Or he played in Chicago for Thibs.
What do you make of those
No, he didn't play in
reports?
Chicago for Thibs, but he was a coach, I think, under that staff in Chicago too.
What do you make of those reports in the Boston series where they were saying that Brunson went straight up to the top and was complaining about like he won't make adjustments, and that's what ultimately led to him opening up to that spread 5 out.
Listen, I don't know. I mean, who knows, right?
Right. I'm saying the reports are out there. Obviously, it's all conspiracy.
I just think that the thing was that Thibs didn't adjust enough. Like, he waited till the Knicks were down 2-0, game 3 against Indiana, to doing the big man lineup. Everybody said that lineup that he was putting out every game was a net negative. Like, the stats said so, and he was just stubborn about it. He did not want to change it or whatever.
I mean,
And it's like, I'm sure people in the front office were telling him, like, yo, you cannot do it. You got to stop doing this. And he would just not listen and just doing what he wanted to do as the head coach, which is right. But I think ultimately that was his downfall.
And that is not a conspiracy. That is fact. That statistically, that lineup was atrocious. The worst in the playoffs by far, by a wide margin. But anyways, so Mike Brown is in. I'm not excited by it.
But
I saw the
think
press
that-
conference.
I mean, as a neutral fan, the sentiment was less than a 5. I would
Yeah,
say.
I mean,
the
it
initial
probably-
sentiment when I, observed Knicks Twitter, was like everybody was hating.
I think
He's
everybody
filling big
wants to
shoes,
see
man. He's filling
Yeah.
big shoes.
because of
Or it was the same thing that we talked about. It's like you weren't prepared to fire this guy, or you didn't have like a viable replacement, and now you bring this guy that's okay. You think he's better than?
I mean, listen. I mean, I would say
I think he's a good coach.
It's
I
kind
don't
of like
want to
me
disrespect
too.
Mike Brown. I think he's a good coach.
Me neither. I'm not
yeah.
disrespecting
I
him.
feel like it's kind of like if you compare Thibodeau and Mike Brown, it's kind of like plateauing, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Kind of like on the same tier, same level as far as a coach. I would just say that they want someone that's more open to being collaborative, things of that nature, and someone that's going to be in sync with the front office.
when you say collaborative, is that
being open to change, not doing
Okay.
the same shit over and over again if it's
Yeah.
not working. And Tibbs had a situation where he kept doing the same things over and over again, even though it clearly was not working. When you have the whole regular season to tinker with lineups, try different things, and he wasn't doing that. So I just think, well, not that I think, from what I've read, they want to hire like a kind of like football. They want to have an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator, guys that are in charge of the defense, charge of the offense.
Yeah.
Someone that Brown can work with back and forth, be open to things, and
a more balanced
hopefully
approach?
that's what
a more
helps them
balanced
succeed.
approach, right? Like
Yeah.
I feel like Tibbs was certainly a talent maximizer, right? Like he's gonna
Well, I think
he's gonna burn you out, burn your players out to extract the best of them.
Well, I mean, the other part of it too is they don't feel like he, I guess, was getting enough from the young kids, like as
he
far
would
as
not give
developing
time.
them.
He won't give them any time.
So they're prioritizing player development, and at the same time, I think they want him to they want not Tibbs, he's not there anymore, but want the coach to give other players more minutes. I mean, you saw what Indiana was doing, like they went
you
out
saw
there
what
10
Obi
deep.
blossomed into, man. You see what
But
Grimes
they had-
blossomed into.
So
I think on court it was visibly seen that they had more talent. I don't know, at least
Indiana?
my opinion. Yeah.
I
like
don't believe
more-
they had more
more-
talent. They had more depth.
no. I think the Knicks.
Yeah, but I mean,
I
by
think
talent,
if you-
I mean,
no.
the Knicks had talent.
Talent-wise, the Knicks have more talent, but Indiana was the better team. I would
Yeah.
put it that way.
when I say more talent, more depth.
More, that's fine. Yeah, they have
could
more
run
depth.
inside the rim.
Yeah.
They, were-
Yeah.
they could throw guys
They
at
didn't
us, yeah.
have 3, all-star players like
Right.
the Knicks.
But you know
had.
what's funny about saying that they had better depth than the Knicks, which I think they did. But I also think the Knicks' depth was a little bit better than what it was given credit for.
Right, because when
once he started
Sham
playing
came in-
Shaman, once he started playing Wright,
Yep.
like they had some positive moments. They
They were
had some
kid-
good
they were-
moments. Not like they
yeah.
were complete like shells, like complete zeros. They played decently.
Yeah,
like
they
you
did.
cannot say they didn't.
They
so
did.
he just refused to
It
play
might
them.
have been Payne that fucking ruined.
Well, he
that
took
campaign.
Payne completely out of rotation and
Yeah.
played Darrell Wright. That's what he
Yeah.
did.
Oh, which I think was
But,
a good move.
and that's fine. I have no issue with that. But you should have been doing things like that before.
Yeah.
If you felt like he wasn't playing good before, like I mean, or whatever, you got to give other guys a chance, man.
Yeah.
And he's just stubborn in that
So-
way. And again, that ultimately, that was his downfall. But hey, like D Rose said, the man's walking away with $30 million. He ain't really got nothing to be mad about.
Yeah, bro. I mean, he took us
course
to
not,
Game
man.
6. It sucks he didn't get the job done, if you will, with the Knicks. But taking 30 mil and
Super
and
successful
yo,
career.
All things aside, he's always going to be credited with rebuilding this franchise and
Yeah.
bringing it to where it is right now. Now, where it goes from here, we'll see. The PTSD Knicks trauma in me has me like, we're gonna go back. We suck again.
They're still a top 5 favorite. They're
you know,
still-
exactly. We're
yeah,
still
we're
favored
still
to win the East.
top 5 as far as the whole NBA. Yeah.
And so, we're in a good place. It remains to be seen what Mike Brown is going to be able to get out of this roster or see what he can do.
But there's reasons, like I said, I mean, yeah, I said it, it's kind of plateauing with Mike Brown. But listen, Mike Brown, the year before he got to the Sacramento Kings, they were the 24th offense in NBA. He got there, the next year, they were the number 1 offense in NBA. And that's crazy to go from 24 to 1, no matter what anybody tells you. That's crazy to do that. And another thing that I read was his teams are always like top 5 and like just passing the ball.
Yeah.
Just number of passes a game. And I think that's one of the things that collectively a lot of Knicks fans bitched about. We said it's too much ISO ball, pounding the rock into the, into the floor, not enough passing. And with him, that is going to change. So I'm honestly looking forward to that. I really want to see that.
We're going to see. He's not, from what I've been listening to as well, he's not necessarily a big man, I guess, definer or someone that works through in the offense in that way. So I question, because his pace is up, and I question a bit.
I don't agree with that because they worked through Sabonis.
Yeah, but Sabonis had a bunch of shooters on the court, and he had Sabonis who would actually run up and down. Towns is not that guy. Towns likes to trail, and so I want to see what he does.
But
we'll
listen,
see, we'll see what's up.
I'm not gonna say that. I would not say that Towns is the level of passer that Sabonis is. I don't think he. I know he isn't, but I do think he has some level of some passing in him where he can get a decent amount of assists. And I think you can run an offense through him where he's finding shooters and things like that. Again,
It's
not to level
tough.
Sabonis.
It's tough when
but
he's
you can do that. And listen, if you put Ken on the floor with the same lineup they had, or like minus Josh Hart, like I don't know, take out Josh for like
Deuce.
or something like that. You got 4 other shooters on the floor, man.
It's just tough because Josh loves to come in late on the play. He doesn't necessarily.
But I'm saying
jog
with
up there, that's
Josh
all.
off the floor.
I'm sorry, Josh. I'm saying Cat. I was saying that's what I meant. But anyway, so
I don't think he can do it. I will say on the record, I want to be on the record. I don't think he can do it to the level of Sabonis as far as passing and things like that.
He don't
But
have his motor.
I think he can do a decent job. I think that's something that Mike Brown can kind of unlock from Cat.
we'll see what Mike Brown does. I actually think he'll be okay with this offense. One of the things that I will be critical about him for is I think he could have handled the press conference a little bit different.
Oh, it's
in a
New York.
sense.
He's gonna have to.
Well, because he came
It's
in and
New
he was
York.
talking
Yeah.
about, he's like, I'm here to build a culture that just wins championships. And I'm like, but you haven't won any championships. And it felt weird for him to
He
be
actually
like,
has won championships as an
With who?
assistant, but he's won championships.
right, but I mean him as the head coach, right? So I'm like,
I know, but
and I'm like, how you coming in here talking about I'm going to build this culture to win championships? That's not what your MO is. You know what I'm saying? And so
I mean, what do you expect him to say? I'm coming here to get to the NBA Finals.
Right,
I'm coming here
that's
to get
the
the East
job,
Conference
right?
Finals.
We got rid of
He's not
Tibbs
gonna say
because
that, bro.
we got rid of Tibbs because this guy is supposed to win this
Yeah,
championship.
he
But it was just
can't
funny.
say
It was
that.
just funny for him to say that.
I don't have no problem with him saying that. He has to say that.
That's why
Coming
I
here
was
to win
like,
championship.
that's not
Listen,
your resume, bro.
they got about a 4-year window here with this team, whatever. So, I mean, obviously they got to re-sign McCall, re-sign Mitch. But basically this team, like the meat and potatoes of this team, they're going to have for the next 4 years. So, he's going to have an opportunity to get at least one.
We'll see. Hopefully he's the right guy and this doesn't go to shit. But time will tell. And we got until November for the season to tip off. Summer League, the game. What you said? They just got blown out the building today in the Summer League.
It's Summer League. Yeah, they
I
played
mean,
Detroit.
right now they're ranked number 2 for NBA Finals winner on just odds.
Yeah, they're up
We're
there.
the-
And I
favorites
don't
at
know
least.
if I feel like a part of that has to do with like New Jersey being, a betting place. So people are probably betting up the Knicks. But I would still consider them a top 5. The only surprise I have in the top 10 that when I first looked at this after Brown got hired was the Magic. Like people are real high on the Magic.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would.
I don't know why,
I would put the Magic in the top
Yeah?
10.
Okay.
Yeah. They got
Well,
a nice team.
they were the 5 seed last year, right?
Yeah.
No. What they the 5 seed last year?
Yeah, they were the 5. Because who was their first round matchup?
Because the Bucks I think were 4 and Indiana was 5.
They might have been 6.
So it was 6.
They were lower. I think they were
Or
8.
7.
I think they were 8 or something like that. Yeah, because they had a lot of injuries, man. The year before I think they might have been that, but.
Okay.
But they got, they got the kid Wagner. They got
Montero.
Banchero.
Yeah. And they signed
Now
him
you
to-
got Desmond Bain. Desmond
just
Bain
got
is.
Bane.
I'm not saying Desmond Bain is a superstar, but he's super underrated. I think he could definitely. Now that he's in the Eastern Conference, I think he could be an all-star. So I mean, they got some players, man. And Jamal Mosley, their head coach, he's the defensive coach. So he has them playing physical defensive ball. Like I can see them being a top 4 seed next year. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
And then the other team I just would say is Rockets feel dangerous to me.
Yeah, Rockets are dangerous,
feel like
man.
they
After
loaded
that
up.
move.
Yeah, I
that
feel like they
did.
loaded up big time. They made some good
And
moves.
Udoma is, he's in my opinion, he's a top 5 coach. So
Yeah, Udoka. Yeah, I would say
Udoka,
Houston. But I mean, so I saw that the Knicks are the favorite out of the East right now.
And Cleveland. Knicks
Cleveland
and
too, yeah.
Yeah, in Cleveland.
Cleveland,
I think they're universal chokers. They're just
they lost like them losing they lost losing this kid. What's his name? He was up for Ty Jerome. It's a
Yeah.
big loss, man. He went to Memphis. I know he shit the bed in the playoffs, but during the regular season he was money, man. So that's a big piece they just lost. So I mean, we'll see how they how they go.
Yeah, we got like odds. Obviously, Indiana and Boston. That's a whole situation they got going on.
That's another part of it too, man. And Knicks picked up Jordan Clarkson, man. And Jordan Clarkson is only a couple years removed. I think 2021 from being NBA 6th Man of the Year. Unfortunately, the last couple of years he's playing on some shit teams that were basically tanking. So obviously he's affected by that, as far as his efficiency. So it's a little bit down. But I think him being on a good team, I think it'll go back up. He's a bucket. Like simply, that's his game. He's a bucket. And then Yabusele, like big man that can shoot. And again, just like kind of like Clarkson, can't defend, but shoots 40% above the break from 3 or whatever. He could space the floor, play the 4 or 5 or whatever. So I mean, we've made additions to where you can't say the bench is a weakness. Like there is depth there now with those. You add those 2 guys, and whether it's Josh or Mitch plus Deuce, those are 4 solid role players in your rotation.
Nice.
Clarkson just gotta stay away from that nightlife, man. That city, that New York nightlife.
I ain't gonna lie, Clarkson.
He's a baller, though. He's a pure scorer.
He's a pure, but I ain't gonna lie, he looks like a city boy.
That city boy. That city.
He looks like a city boy, man. I see city boy vibe. And I ain't listen, man.
City boy.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, bro. Do your thing, man. New York City is a beautiful place to be, especially right now in the summertime. Do your thing, my boy.
Yeah, welcome, city
Hey,
boy.
young man, you're a young man. Do your thing, bro.
Sensational.
He's gonna ball out. He's gonna
just
ball
doing
out.
his thing. Doing his thing.
He's nasty.
I don't know if he might be married. I don't even know. But if he's
Married
not,
to the, he married to the game, man.
That boy going to
that's what
town.
He was a starter
married
early
to
in
the
his
game.
career, no?
maybe when he was with the Lakers, I
yeah,
don't remember.
Yeah, he was a starter.
Yeah.
He's
But
good.
he has, I think,
he's a pure
since
scorer.
since the year
Nasty.
2020, the last 5 years, I think he has the most points in the NBA off the bench.
Yeah, he's good.
So listen, we wanted somebody to come off the bench score. We got it.
Hey, so anyway, at minimum next year it'll be fun to see what's going on, and Knicks Twitter is always going to be around for it, and Knicks fan base
Gotta go
doesn't
to-
matter.
Speaking
Everyone's
of
gonna be
Knicks
around for it.
Twitter,
Gotta go to
Mike,
the home opener.
speaking of Knicks Twitter, Mike, I heard you were
You were just at an
Yes.
event, right?
you met
Knicks
the
Twitter.
God.
Knicks Twitter. Knicks
Hold on.
Twitter's Day. Yeah.
Hold on, speaking of City Boy, yeah, Mike out there with sleeveless, just hanging out, showing the muscles,
I did go sleeveless with my Knicks jersey.
taking
so-
photos next to the GOAT, Ben Stiller, just
Yes,
hanging
I
out.
got to take a
Damn.
picture with Ben
Gangster.
Stiller. Super cool.
Shout
Shouts
out Ben Stiller.
Shouts to Ben Stiller, man. Like he was super humble, great guy. There was so they had what's called Knicks Twitter Day. It's been talked about for a long time. Finally got put together and pushed through. It was in what's called the
Video,
the Sty.
Did you hear about Knicks Twitter Day?
Y'all
Nah, I
not,
didn't
y'all
get
not
the
on
invite,
Knicks,
nah.
but y'all not really involved with Knicks Twitter, man.
Oh,
Y'all
we
know,
aren't,
you know I
we
am.
aren't on the spaces.
We in the space. Yeah, we're not in the spaces. We're not in the spaces.
Yeah, so
It's okay. We just in a group chat with them. You know,
Yeah.
but it's okay. It's
yeah.
okay. It's
But
okay.
anyway, it's called. It was,
Only diehard Knicks fans. I thought you were a diehard
I
Knicks
thought so
fan.
too. Yeah, I thought so too. man.
Me, I'm,
matter of fact, you weren't even here. You went somewhere last weekend,
Oh yeah, I was in Puerto Rico. Yes.
so you weren't even around.
Puerto Rico.
No, I wasn't. You weren't in Puerto Rico that week. Oh yeah, it
Yeah,
was. It
no,
was.
This is
Puerto Rico,
last Saturday. You were not. You were not
Yeah,
here.
I was in Puerto Rico.
Right.
Yeah, I was in Puerto Rico.
So no, so I went, went there, went with a friend of mine from Knicks Twitter, someone
Shout out
I
Puerto
met through
Rico.
Knicks Twitter, went with him, and and it was at the I think it's called the Bed-Stuy Dome. It's right in Bed-Stuy. So, but it's funny because everybody
Ben
was.
Stiller went to Best-Stuy?
But that was the
that-
theme.
hey, Ben
Everybody's like,
Stiller-
"Yo,
Ben
Ben
Stiller's
Stiller
the
really,
GOAT.
really
He
pulled
is the
up
goal, bro.
Ben
in
Stiller's the GOAT.
He is
Bed-Stuy.
the goal.
Hold on, pull up in Bed-Stuy by himself, and he did. But yo, it's like I told everybody, I respect it, but it's not the same Bed-Stuy.
It ain't the same.
This ain't the Bed-Stuy from when Biggie was around. You know what I mean? Like 95, 94, around that time. It's gentrified. It's a lot different now, man.
Yeah, it is not the same at all. But it's still dope that he made that
respect
trip.
to him, yeah, it's still dope that he pulled up by himself. Super nice guy, super humble. Pulled up to our event, Knicks Twitter Day, where they had basically an 8-team tournament. Obviously by elimination. Shout out to CP and Knicks Fan TV. They won the
How many
championship
points?
at the end.
You played?
I didn't play. I just watched. Nah,
Why
bro,
not?
I ain't playing, man. I'm
I
done.
seen some of the footage. I said Mike would cook some of these kids.
Nah, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If I played, I would definitely not have been the worst player there. There was some people that
Yeah.
they should not have been
I
playing.
was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, they should not
Damn,
have been
so
playing,
MCP
bro.
could have pulled up, is what you're saying?
Huh?
MCP could have pulled up, is what you're saying?
I think
I mean, you
yeah,
could
I
have been in
think so.
Schwartzburg. You
Yeah,
could have been in
I could've put some-
Schwartzburg.
yeah.
I
Nah,
gotta
there
move
was some people there that they weren't.
I gotta move a few people
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
Swats,
But at the same time, there was some people that could ball at the
Yeah,
same
I can
time.
tell.
So yeah, there was some
They're
people that
from
could
New
ball.
York. They're,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're some young bucks.
But it was a dope event. Again, Ben Stiller pulled up, watched
Did
the
he play?
event. At the end of the event, after the trophy and all that kind of stuff, whatever, the trophy presentation, he was actually walking out the door by himself, and he was kind of outside taking pictures, or whatever. And I asked him, it's like, Mr. Stiller, a big fan. We grew up on Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we've been
Meet the
watching him our
Fockers.
whole lives.
some
So
great comedies of all.
Yeah.
I asked him for, and I normally don't
Along
do.
came Polly.
Yeah, like
Something about Mary, like
Frank
what?
Van
That's,
Bean.
Frank and Bean.
that's goat. That's goat comedy,
Dodgeball,
bro.
yo, dodgeball villain. Like,
Yeah, like
Oh my
yeah,
God.
bro. This is the goat. This is the goat. So
Zoolander.
like, so yeah, Zoolander. Yeah. So we're like, so I asked him. I'm like, can I take a picture? He said, yeah, of course.
meet the fucker.
Put my arm around him. Put his arm around me. Took a picture. I'm like, yeah, that's super dope, man. Like this
Yeah.
guy, like, cause you never know, right? With celebrities,
Yeah.
it can be the assholes.
Yeah,
and this guy,
Paul Rudd was a bit. Yeah,
No,
similar to
he
my dad.
fully-
Paul Rudd was a dickhead, bro.
Yeah.
I saw him at Chelsea Piers. Like, oh, Mr. Rudd, what's up? He just looked at me up and down. Was like, fuck away from me. And I'm like, wow.
No, Stiller.
said, "Get the fuck away from me."
No, he just looked at me. He
Looked at
didn't
you like
curse at me,
that.
but he looked at me like this and just like looked away like, fuck is this guy? And I'm
Stiller
like,
went
dude.
all in
And
on the
I
Knicks
told him, I was
thing,
like, yo, big fan, whatever, et cetera. And he was just
yeah,
like, fuck
Ben
off.
Stiller was bro.
He
like,
went all in on the Knicks. He put his profile picture as a
yeah.
Knicks.
yes.
He's retweeting.
Ben Stiller's a
just,
super
he's
Knicks fan,
retweeting
yeah.
small accounts and like just showing
I
love.
so I took
he's
I
out there.
I posted my picture online on Twitter. I posted it on Instagram, and I put an at Ben Stiller. Thanks for the pic, and he liked it.
Oh, it's dope, yeah.
So
Man,
like,
nice.
yo, bro, like,
He's hanging out.
come
He's
on,
doing
man.
his thing,
Yeah, Ben, yo. For the record, Ben Stiller's outside, bro.
He was
Ben
really
Stiller
out there.
is fucking outside.
City boy.
Yeah, he's outside,
City
bro.
boy.
I'm stamping Ben Stiller, bro. He's that guy.
That's dope, man. It's actually, I'm sad that I didn't get obviously a chance to
And
go.
it was a
Not-
dope event, man, because at the same time, like,
but
aside from that, like, I got to meet other people that were Knicks fans. And, when you go to an event like that, man, you just, because the thing is, at the end of the day, it's a love for a team. You bonding over a team that you love.
Yeah.
And you start talking to people, whether it's male, female, and you bond and you start following each other on Twitter. You give each other your Knicks stories or whatever, talk about what, Knicks talk or anything else. And it's a dope vibe, man.
Yeah.
It's super chill,
Yeah.
dope vibe, man. So the Knicks community is, maybe I'm biased, but it's one of the best, man. If not the best, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what it's about, man. I mean, when
That's
you're
what it-
obsessed about a team like that
Yeah.
and you have passion and love, and then you get to meet people with your same passion and everybody comes and chills, it's a beautiful thing. I'm sure of it. Plus, you were showing your guns against Ben Stiller, and everybody was like, damn, Mike's looking kind of
You're
brolic.
brolic next to Ben Stiller, yeah.
He's looking brolic.
You know what's
Mike,
funny?
you're kind
you
of famous.
I didn't tell y'all
The
this, but like,
DMs were just floating.
I ain't gonna talk about that. But
Nah, there's
no, but no. So I talked to Ray yesterday. Obviously, you know Ray or whatever. And he was like, he talked to Juan. He was like, yo, I talked to Juan. He's like, yo, streets are saying you pretty brolic outside, bro. I'm like, oh shit. Because if you don't, guys that don't know, Viddy obviously got married, had a little ceremony. Our boy Juan, he was there, whatever. And I, Juan's my guy, it's my brother since high school. I hadn't seen him in a minute. And, just a mutual friend that we both have, someone that's actually Juan's best friend. I happened to talk to him, and Juan, I guess, told him, like, yo, Mike looking crazy. Big Diesel out here.
Hold on.
I want to say shout out to Juan. He surprised the hell out of me when he pulled up to the wedding, and and we brought him together with Pelican, who was a good friend, and now they they play video games all the time, and that was the whole thing behind it. I said I met this guy through video games, through Mush and Mike. And we became mad cool. He built a PC for me.
Yeah.
And I drove all the way to his crib, met him, dope friend, and it was so cool for that connection.
Another great
see
guy.
his way through, and he surprised the hell out of me, and showed love and was there for a minute. Like, we had a great time, so that's dope, man.
Shout out Rivera Tech Services.
Yeah, this motherfucker is a handy motherfucker. Cut your hair.
I feel like we talked about him on the podcast. We have.
We had to dial him in. We
He's
just call
AI proof.
next episode, I'm gonna tell him to dial in, and we get Mo on.
Those skills to like AI.
Yeah, we got to get him on an episode. That's true. I don't know how. Yeah, we got to get him.
We can
on
line him in. We can line him in. I can do it right there with the board. We can line him in and get him on this. We can just talk to Mo for a little bit. It just dawned on me, and forgive me, one that I don't remember, but did we cover off on the wedding on the pod? Did we talk about this shit, Fitty?
I think maybe.
I don't think we talked about that, but wasn't it like?
Damn, but the wedding was already like 6 weeks ago, though, almost.
Did we talk
It's
about on
been
last pod?
exactly 6 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I feel like we did an episode in that time.
Did we talk about
We
the
just
last one?
mentioned it, but we didn't really talk about it. No, I don't think so.
Well, shit. Well, either way,
We can,
let's take a moment
quickly.
again to recongratulate you if we didn't.
Thank you, bro.
You took the plunge,
you,
my
man.
man.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Beautiful wedding,
it was
beautiful wife.
It was really, really good.
It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
Thank you, man.
It was fun to see, obviously, a bunch of friends, people that we had seen just in online and just hanging out, Pelly, obviously, and all that sort of fun stuff. But
Pelican's a funny
beautiful
dude.
wife. The one missing piece was Rocky.
Oh man, yeah.
I thought you'd have had Rocky come be your ring bearer or something like that.
He'll be humping people left and right and shit. Like,
Rocky is his dog, just so everybody knows.
We were going for a
Rocky
low
the
key,
goat, the
we
one
were
ball,
going for
one ball dog.
a low key vibe style, and he would have like just kind of ruined the vibe a little bit. And overall, we put it together in 2.5 months and just said let's
That's the way to
just
do
try.
it. Man. Go.
And it worked out, and it was long overdue, and we had a great time doing it. A lot of people showed up, and I appreciated that. Like, everybody that showed up, without blinking an eye for me, that was beautiful, man.
Yeah, a lot of love, man.
Yeah,
and honestly, again, it talks about what we just talked about
I even
before.
had a friend.
I'm just saying, that's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
That's what life is
Yeah.
about. That is exactly right there.
So last week I went to this party, and I should have told you guys, but like it was a mansion party, crazy fucking mansion party on Saturday.
Oh, people go to jail for that now.
Yeah, like this is a once. So
Those kind of parties.
our boy Duque, right? You know our boy Duque.
Yeah.
You met him.
He was there.
Yeah, you know
was there.
Duque. He's got family. He's got some type of connections. They got a crazy mansion. We went to the party, and I was there with with a friend that was at the wedding. He's like, "Man, you didn't invite me to the first day." I was like, brother, there was 30 people, bro. It was a numbers game. There was couples and like all these like weird things that I never like. I didn't. That was the whole point of the wedding that I did. It was a point to like stress free, quick. I knew who I was gonna invite.
Alex, I think we should just
be upset.
We should just be appreciative that we made the cut.
I'm super appreciative.
Yeah,
we made the cut, bro. We made the
Super
cut.
appreciative.
We
No,
were
the wedding list is a stressful thing, man.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
you guys are very much involved in my life, regularly. Like, how could I not tell these guys? And he was the inspiration when I went to Puerto Rico. Like, that wedding was incredible. And I know we talked about the wedding you had in Puerto Rico. Like, that was a huge inspiration. Like, man, they could just do it. And I had another friend that went to the same courthouse that I did to a few years ago, and he just did it right there. I was like, yeah, you could just do things and not spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can, But
Yeah.
either way,
Yeah.
you could just go and do it, right? And you figure it out.
You do what makes
And-
you happy, man.
exactly, man.
Exactly. So, yeah, but the point was like little fucking triggers that come later down the line. Where people are like, damn, bro. And he was like, in his feelings, and he was
Yeah,
shaking and shit.
people get really offended. And that's what I'm saying. The wedding list becomes very stressful because it's
It
like,
is.
oh, you want to invite her,
Yeah.
and some people that you're not even that
And
close
then
with,
he's like,
but you're like, you know what, I want to
was
maintain a
only second date
relationship.
material. I was
It's
like, nigga,
coworkers.
You know
and
what's
shit.
crazy? It's crazy how that works. Because some people they might honestly look at the relationship differently than you do.
Yeah.
Whereas like they feel closer to you than you feel to them,
Yeah,
or vice
yeah.
versa. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it could make things real
bringing up
awkward.
bullshit. Yo,
Yeah.
you don't remember when I did this for you?
Oh,
And you invited
man.
that guy?
Yeah, bro. And you're like, oh my god. But yeah, exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. People,
Yeah, crazy, right?
it's funny how interweaved relationships are like that, right? Exactly. One side will be
Yeah.
looking at it very different than another.
Instead of just being
sometimes.
happy for you, like that's
Right.
the main thing,
Yeah.
man. Like, damn, you know,
That's what makes us human and all that weirdness, man.
that's
Speaking
true.
of human,
That's true too. Yeah.
this is a good segue. Speaking of human, this was so originally we were going to talk about how Xbox is better than PlayStation because that's always a
That's
recurring
actually
theme.
false.
And Mike
False.
obviously is the only
False.
Sony stand that
False.
still is just like
PS5
false,
is
false,
the
false.
greatest, better
Yeah.
than trash
He
box.
never plays it. He never plays it. The shit collects
Play it,
dust.
I play it every day. What are you talking about?
What do you play on that every day?
Look
I'm on
who's online,
PS5
look.
every day,
You saw
bro.
my Gene right?
He ain't on PS level.
He ain't on the PS, bro. Ain't
Look
nobody
me
playing
up.
that
Look me
PS,
up right
bro.
now. I'm there every day, bro.
Ain't no one play the PS, bro.
My email was just online. Right?
Everybody's
Oh,
on
that's
Xbox.
Kelvin. Yeah.
Xbox and PC.
Shouts to Kelvin.
Xbox and PC is king. Anyways, so we were in a pre-show. Right? We always sit around talking shit here for about an hour or so before we even record. Just to give you some context into the lab. This is also why we don't rent the studio in New York anymore because we would
We would
always
be
run
wasting
over.
time.
We were
Yes.
wasting time and shit. We'd never get the full episodes in because it's just the way this fucking production
We
works.
talk a
right?
lot of shit before the show starts. Put it that way.
So there's a lot of I never save these files, man. But the pre-audio for these shows is just ridiculous. Anyways,
Some of the
And
best content.
some of the best content is pre-show. Yeah, exactly.
Never makes some of the
And
best
it never makes
content.
it.
Never makes it.
It never makes it to the pod because we all got day jobs. We're like, we can't put this shit out there.
It's therapy.
We ain't talking about grok. Nah, we ain't talking about grok. But anyway, so we were discussing Game Pass and. As always, they come into my gaming habits and how much of a gamer or a serious gamer I am. Mike says I'm a fugazi gamer, and he said I'm a fugazi gamer because I play a lot of games, but I don't necessarily play them all to the completion.
I shouldn't call you a fugazi gamer. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's just that I don't know the wording for it. Honestly, it's just that you don't finish games.
I do not.
the Madden-
I will
He's
own
the
that.
Madden installer.
I don't understand.
The
Like,
Madden
so my
installer.
thing is this, right?
He'll
You
install-
Let's
you-
change-
you
give
pick
him
up
a
a game.
He'll install it.
Listen.
He'll pay
This is not. This
he'll
is
pay the premium on that.
this is
video
not.
game.
This is not like Madden.
Will he
like-
play it? That's
This is not like
I'm
a-
AG the installer.
But hold on.
Okay,
This is
AG the
not.
voice.
Installer.
This is not like a sports game. This is not like
I play a lot
I don't know,
of
Call of
NCAA, though.
Duty. I'm talking about story games. This man will legit start playing because story games are the ones that you're gonna get invested. You're gonna
Yeah.
be committed because you want to see the stories. It's like watching a movie. Like you start watching a movie, you don't stop watching the movie after 20 minutes.
Yeah,
you
did
want
you
to
ever-
finish the movie.
Did you ever beat
Same
Breath
thing with
of
the
the
game
Wild?
that has a story to it.
Did you ever beat Breath of the Wild?
Yes, I did.
I never beat it.
Well, I did.
Never beat it.
I'm not you, bro. Like you.
I got
you-
up to-
See, that's what I'm
he's
saying. Like
a-
you came at me just right now. Like you think that I'm you. I'm not you. I'm,
No. I was gonna make
I
a
ain't
point
gonna lie
of- I was
though.
gonna
One
make a point of how I
game,
didn't beat it.
one game that I stopped playing. I ain't gonna lie. Assassin's Creed,
Which one?
You played?
AC Shadows.
I returned it. All right.
You returned it?
Yeah, I
Yeah, like
returned
I didn't return it, but
You
it's
bought
like
Shadows?
I went
Bro.
0 for 2. 0 for 2 on PlayStation games. I bought the monkey one. What was it called?
a Wukong.
Wukong.
Yeah.
It was not optimized for PlayStation. That was first. I'm telling you right now, right here, right now. I'm a gamer. That shit was not optimized for a big screen. That's one.
It's coming to Xbox.
I played the
Optimized.
Assassin's Creed. I loved it, but it felt after I don't know, maybe 10, 12 hours. It
Kinda,
didn't
yeah.
hook me. It didn't hook
It
me.
like yeah, okay, I think you're saying it perfectly. Like yeah,
Right.
I'm not I was kind of
I
hooked,
wasn't committed.
but it didn't
Yeah.
Is it
hold
is-
on to me,
It
man.
had
That's
that
the
return
problem.
factor.
Do they
that,
still have the
that
story?
Ghost of Tsushima, that God of War, that
Yeah.
Last of Us hook that just says
Keep
you
playing.
gotta see this game.
You got to
through.
see it through. Yeah,
You gotta see
I
this
agree with
game
you.
through.
It didn't do that for me either, and it's
I
unfortunate.
went over
'cause-
2.
I haven't had an experience like that besides Spider-Man. And I'll give credit to you, Sony, man. You
All right, well, listen, let's go by what you just said.
Spider-Man's the only one that's
But
ever
let's
done
go
that-
by
that's
what
done in
you
the
just
last couple
said.
years.
Let's go by what you just said because we were talking shit before we started the pod, and we were looking at your achievements, whatever the fuck you done on Xbox.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, I saw you had Indy up there, Indiana Jones, for everybody that don't know. What's the game called again? Indiana Jones and the...
Indiana Jones and the Game of the Year.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, right?
No, unfortunately, it's not. I love the game.
The Great Circle.
Great Circle.
Great Circle. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So good game. Actually, a great game. It's not even a good game. It's a great game.
Great game.
I give on a
Xbox
1 to
Game of the
10. I give it a 9. It was that good.
9.8.
Solid.
Yeah. So I played it. I beat the game. I probably put like 50 hours in it. This man, and it's an Xbox game. This man who will scream Xbox all day, top of his lungs or whatever. We go to look to see how many. I say, yo, I saw it in his, because like if anybody's familiar with the Xbox system, they have like tabs, and you can look at different things that you have and things of that nature.
It's organized. It's organized.
I say, yo, click on Indiana Jones. You know how many hours this man played this game for? And this is a game that came out, December last year? If I'm not mistaken? When it came out? November last year?
Late November.
Came out last year.
Late November, December.
Listen, it came out in 24. Put it that way. So it's well over 6 months, okay? This man got 3 hours playing on the game, man.
Listen,
What kind of bullshit is that, man?
I got into
Yo,
the
I done
batting.
sold my Xbox months ago when that game came out, and I had already beat that game.
I got into the Vatican, and then I haven't picked it up again because I've just been caught up in other bullshit that I be playing. I have a disease. I have a problem.
weird.
You're
man.
a goldfish gamer.
What is that?
You mindless.
You have the attention
yeah,
span of
yeah,
a
exactly.
goldfish.
You're mindless. Yeah,
He's a
goldfish,
goldfish
mindless.
gamer.
I mean, I play Schedule 1 religiously. I love Schedule
You have
1.
ADHD when it comes to video games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, totally true. I will own that. We was just making. That's why he says I'm the mad installer. We were just laughing about this shit because I saw a meme about how you could buy Steam. You just buy all these games and you never play them. And that's me, yo. I just bought 5 games the other day, and I'm probably never gonna play these fucking games, yo. But I like.
That's crazy.
It's just a weird thing. I want to own them. I want to have the option.
You're
to play.
collector.
No. I think everybody does that to a certain extent. Like look, I played Breath of the Wild, and I think maybe I had it for about a year until I started playing it. And it's one of the best games I've played in my life. And it's the same
Breath of the
thing.
Wild's amazing.
Tears of the Kingdom. I got Tears of the Kingdom. I still have not played that game. And that game came out like 2 years ago.
Yo, I got Assassin. You said Creed. I got you'll show it right there. I got Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And it's
That game was
plastic, yo.
trash.
And
In
it's
my opinion.
plastic.
I mean,
yo.
I know a lot of people love that game. That game was trash in my opinion.
And it's plastic, yo. I never
It's
opened
another
it.
game that didn't hook me.
Never opened it, yo.
Just keep it in the plastic.
I'm keeping it in plastic.
It's a relic now.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
relic
It's a
now.
reminder of like what it used to be. But no, and it's plastic. Never opened it. I have played a lot of Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
But even
is
Cyberpunk, I
great.
fell off on just story. I just stopped for a while because I said this to you pre-pod, right? And I'll say it now, if actual pod. My style of gaming is I come in, I usually have 1 to 2 hours, and if I spend the night out, staying up to like 1, 2, 3, whatever, playing midweek or so, because life, kids, all that sort of stuff, relationships, everything that comes in there, everybody's in that boat, and because I get that 1 to 2 pockets of time, I don't necessarily come back to a story to continue that. I like the mindlessness of like, I'm just gonna build my drug empire. I'm gonna make some drug deliveries back and forth, blah 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 blah. Get that stock, boom, that's it, in and out. I can play Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, just dropping a map, a couple matches,
that's
kill, boom,
why
get
I
out.
like shooter games, like
Right.
Rivals is my game where it's like that. It's like I could just jump in and I play for a couple hours, or Call of Duty like these guys all play, because there's a commitment to rank up stuff, but like
Right.
it's in and out. It's an easy game. It's not the story mode, but some of the greatest games of all time.
I mean, I am missing out on
tied to
experiences
stories.
with all that, right? I'm missing out on experiences with all that. And then, as part of what we was talking about, which is what we're going to segue into right before we finish this thing. Right? 'Cause I
It
know-
sounds like a crazy segue coming up.
It is
Yeah,
crazy
it
because
does,
this guy was talking about my
it does.
ADHD and all that stuff, and you were like, "Oh, you do too much stuff." That's why I'm like, "How much porn have you watched?" And I ain't watched porn in like a good 4 months. And I'm a porn
Well,
connoisseur.
this is what
I'm not
hold
like
on,
that
hold
dude
on,
that's
but
on Twitter.
you're not saying it right. What I had said was, because I'm like, I don't understand like how you're not finishing these games, and I'm thinking about, I'm like, damn, it's because you just be doing a whole bunch of other shit. You're like, you nodded, like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I'm like, yeah, because you watch a ton of porn. Like, I know you, as someone that loves to watch porn, so Damn, this sounds crazy. This
loves to watch porn. This guy loves to watch porn. No, man. I mean,
I don't know. I just always kind of saw you as like a sexual deviant or something. Like I don't know, like some sexual degenerate. Like my nigga is not. He's not normal, bro. He's different. I don't know. Like, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I really don't. Like, you know, like you like what you like, whatever. And that's fine. You ain't hurting nobody. It's all good.
Hey,
but
man.
like, I just think like I'm like, yo, that's probably taking up a lot of his time. That's why he's not able to finish these games.
I remember months ago, TMI story, but you know, it's a funny pod story. Months ago, man. Actually, at this point, it might have been maybe a year, maybe 2 years. 2 years ago, I was down here in studio basement. And said, obviously, we're not doing this with Cam, so you guys aren't seeing the setup here. But you know, we got the couches, living room set up, all that sort of fun stuff, studio equipment, whatever, blah blah blah. So on the big screen, Maria was upstairs. I don't know what she was doing. I can't remember what she was doing. But I was down here. I loaded up the hub. Right? I loaded the hub.
on this big ass screen.
TV, I loaded up the hub. I was just chilling.
Bro.
I was just here watching the hub. And she comes down because she had heard, I guess, or something. I forgot why she came down. But
no kids, just
no kids. It was just us.
Okay.
And she comes down and
I need to ask, do you just watch it as a...
I watch for the plot, yo. Like, it's funny, man. It's funny. Like, these funny ones. I don't like...
Somebody that watches it for...
Yo, I'm going... Not, you know, it's a joke, right? Watching for the plot. I don't literally watch it for the plot. But I don't like watching, like, just porn. I like watching the funny shits and the shits that got, like, a little story or something stupid going on because that's the entertainment factor. So when she came down here, right, I legit... It wasn't any, like, jerkins. It wasn't no baby oil, no nothing. It wasn't even, like, a sexual thing. I was legit watching this because I was cracking up, like, at what I was seeing. And it was it was a big black woman, yo. It was two lesbians. It was a lesbian thing. And it was the big black woman with this skinny, like, petite, super skinny white girl. And she was just, like, manhandling this white girl. And it was some weird shit. And I was just watching this. And Maria comes out, I was like, what the fuck are you looking at? And I was laughing. I'm like, yo, come watch this shit with me. This shit is funny. Look at this shit. And legit, she sat here for, like, a good 5 minutes. She was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Turn this shit off, whatever, right? And whatever. I laughed and turned it off. But I was watching just the weirdest thing I could see on the internet at that time.
Oh, I thought you were about to say y'all started going ham on each other or something.
Oh, no, they didn't turn into that. That wasn't like a catalyst or anything, you know, that sort of shit. But the reason to segue into this, right, we turned the point, you was talking about actually a pretty decent conversation. That started off anyway, which I know we're going over time, Mike. I'm sorry, I know we're going over time.
Nah, you good.
You were saying how porn watching changes, I guess, a man's like psychology or something?
Yeah, the perception of like how sex should be.
Right.
When they kind of ingest that type of content, like on a regular basis, their expectations are probably, I mean, I would think the first thing that stands out to me as a scary part is like the man's expectations are already too closely tied to like the same narrative that's always spinning in like in a porn thing. It's like, I don't know, all these different crazy, ridiculous positions, and the girl is like, you know, doing these nasty things. And maybe not all relationships have that type of, you know, status where like they're doing these wild and crazy things over time and they have kids and families and all. I don't know. I think it just desensitizes like men's brains to like what is sex and relationships supposed to be? Is it supposed to be that?
I think it can make you like get into some wild shit, or like be into, I should say, some wild shit.
In a good way or bad way?
I mean, that's not for me to say. That's someone's that's their
but when
own.
When you say it should get you in some wild shit, it's like people. You think men are learning from that? Or?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Listen, but before you like, I can't speak from a female perspective, from a male perspective. Before you even any one of us got into like a sexual relationship with the first female, whatever, you had already been subjected to porn. So you went into that sexual encounter with whatever knowledge you had of porn, and there's no way you ain't gonna tell me you didn't kind of lean on that a little bit to kind of guide you, because
your first time you
only experience you have.
Your first time you was like, you want cable with that?
You know exactly what I'm saying,
Channel
bro.
61.
No, kidding. But yeah, you know,
I think our era where we grew up, it was a blend, and it wasn't.
Oh, now it's crazy. It's crazy than from when we were
like
growing
this,
up.
right? It wasn't like
It's crazier
on your
now.
hand. It wasn't like
Yeah.
available all
These
the
kids-
time,
these
right?
kids
You had
goon-
when as a
these
It
kids
kid,
wasn't
goon all
like
the time, yo.
you had to
immediately
find the
available.
stash as a kid.
Yeah,
That's
these
what
kids
it was.
goon all the time. Yo, I have to chase down their phones like nacho.
All right, yeah. So look, that is an extension of this, right? Like the gooning, the streaming aspect, where it's just like it's a light porn, right? It's light porn into dark
Yeah,
dark
but it's just
porn,
it's just a
you're-
browser click away from into like the
exactly.
real.
So you could easily like turn up the dial at any moment's time on a phone, on a computer, where we were growing up, and we were like experimenting.
You know what's
You know,
funny?
it was like a blend, and I don't know that it was a blend at all. It was mostly experimental.
You know what's funny? I hadn't
Without,
I
like-
hadn't literally taken account or thought about like the desensitization. I can't even say that.
Yeah.
Desensitizing.
That word.
Desensitizing aspect of it. Because honestly, I think it's like media consumption, and this is
Right.
just being honest. Like we play the shit out of Call of Duty. I don't think that has desensitized me to blood, gore, life, the value of life, and that sort of thing. It's just a video game. Like it's compartmentalized in that way.
Yeah, but I
Same
don't
as
know-
like a rated
I don't
R
know if you
movie,
could
or
do-
like the way we watch
I-
movies and all the
I
blood
don't
and
think.
gore.
Yeah, but I don't
that's
think.
that's
but
a
sex is
video
like-
game.
I don't
That's a
think-
video
yeah,
game
I don't
with
think you could do that with
fictional
that.
characters. You're watching real humans.
Because this,
You're
you know what the
watching
difference
real-
is with
you're
that.
watching
I'm gonna tell you what.
movies.
I know what the difference
Yeah.
is. You know what the difference is that you're not going out and you're not shooting anyone, but you're
Right.
fucking.
right.
So you
Right.
watch a porn and you're fucking. You're doing that. That's what
Yeah.
you're doing. That's something you're doing.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
talking
So
about.
I don't
I'm
think
talking
you
about
can
that whole
compare it.
that
And you're not playing a video game where it's like
I'm talking about being desensitized because you're consuming this media, whether it's that like it's watching reality TV. I don't think watching reality TV distorts your, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it distorts a person's value perception of like relationships or how to engage with people because I watched a bunch of
it's
Love
not
Island.
that.
You know what I
It's
mean?
not that. I'm gonna give you an example. It's not that. It's like, all right, but look, and this is I don't know. I feel like maybe we talked about this before. Maybe not on the pod, but I feel like we have. Like Terry Crews. Terry Crews talked about this openly about how he was addicted to porn and how it
Yes.
affected his marriage or whatever because he was beaten off so much that when his wife wanted to get down, he could not do it
Yeah.
because that's how much he was into porn. And it's like, yo, like, if you're a young guy, this really doesn't pertain to you. If you're like
Yeah.
in your 20s, whatever. But if you're an older man, like if you're in your 40s, where you ain't gonna go at it immediately right after most men anyway, or whatever. Okay, because I don't care. You could beat your chest. I try to act like the biggest dude in the world. Testosterone, everybody loses it at some point, or it gets lower, whatever, however you want to call it, whatever. So if you're watching porn, like let's say, I don't know, it's a Tuesday, it's 8 o'clock, you beat off. 2
Yeah.
hours later, just calling it out like it is, your wife wants sex. It might be tough, man. It might be tough, and that can affect your relationship. You know what I'm saying? That can be an issue.
That to me doesn't sound like. And it probably again.
I mean, that's a huge part of it too.
That's
the
a big part of it,
the
yeah.
addiction.
yeah.
of it.
Yeah,
That doesn't
especially
sound,
if you're like addicted.
But that
Yeah.
doesn't sound like I'm addicted to porn. It sounds like I'm addicted to masturbating, and porn is just a vehicle to masturbate, right? That's
Well,
what
whatever.
I see.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is that gets you to get to that point where you're able to satisfy yourself.
Right. I mean, that's whatever. But I know we're going on porn, and none of us are like psychologists in here.
pause,
Yeah.
pause.
But as we're thinking about this,
Yeah.
like I'll be candid. Whenever
Yeah,
I
I
watch
haven't
porn,
done
I don't
deep-
watch it for that. I don't sit there and like crank my meat. I legit be like, oh shit, it's fucking crazy. Oh, this shit fucking crazy. To me, it's like browsing Instagram.
That
and all
sounds
the thoughts-
crazy though,
and
bro.
all the
You
thoughts
watch
that be on
porn
Instagram.
and you ain't being it. Like, I mean,
Dead ass, yo. And like all the thoughts that be on Instagram and shit.
Maybe like I said, I mean, you different, man. I
Now
don't know,
here's
man. I don't like. I
but
don't.
what I was gonna say is like, and I think part of it is because of my age, right? Because when I was younger, I probably, it's just like that was a vehicle for it, and now I don't care for it. That's why I can go 4 months, 5 months. I don't remember the last time I watched this shit, but
good.
whatever. But anyways, what I do worry about though is like the kids. I do worry about that because. Not from the sense of like they shouldn't have access to it, because I could really care less if they have access to it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and maybe that's a wrong opinion. I'll take that. I'm probably worst dad of the year. But I worry about them always wanting a goon, yo. And I'm like, yo, these dudes are always in the bathroom. They always, and it's like, the nonstop. And I know they doing what they doing.
Especially at that age, yes.
Here's the thing,
and I'm just like, damn, they gotta calm that down. Like that's the part I'm like, you gotta calm that down.
All right.
That's a little too much.
Yeah, I think you gotta go back to
Can we
think about
settle
when you were
the
that
air?
age.
What does that even mean
What?
to kids that goon? They're just
Beating off.
horny
They're
kids.
beating off.
But kids have always been beating off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but now they call them gooners.
Okay, but what is just because we gave them a name, now we're worried about it? What is?
Yeah,
What
but I
are-
mean,
are we worried about why they're doing it?
We opened it up talking about you used to have to, you used to have to find a stash. It was harder for us to get to that. Now
Yeah.
these kids are just a click away on their
Yes.
browser and they
Yes.
nonstop
Okay.
gooning. You know, and that's the part
All
that's
right,
like, yo,
yes,
it's
yes,
like
yes.
You don't
damn,
have to
all
use
day
your
long.
imagination as
this
much
is
either.
a problem. This is the problem.
The phone,
This,
the phone, yeah.
Yeah.
The phone is a problem
It's nonstop, yo.
because gooning. Yeah.
This kid,
Okay,
look,
I
this
get
kid, the
it now.
Mad Screecher, yo, he sits there going to the bathroom like 6 times a day, yo. And he's talking about he's pooping 6 times a day. And I looked at him, I laughed. I'm like, my
Motherfucker,
dude,
you looking
I'm like,
pale.
I'm like, you would be dead right now if you were shitting 6 times a day every day, bro. You are just going to work, yo, and you gotta chill. You gotta chill, yo.
You know, my God, other people live here, yo. We gotta use that bathroom.
gotta
What's
chill,
going
Different
on?
skin tone.
You know what I'm saying? Kid skinny as shit. You see his
How
abs
you
and
look
everything.
white?
Now,
How
ain't
you
no
look
weight on
white
him no
all of
more.
a sudden, bro? You
Ain't
look
got no
pale
weight
as
on him
fuck.
no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, you gotta chill, yo. But it's just that I worry about. Like it's just too accessible, and because it's so accessible, these kids can't stop gooning, yo. They just can't.
Yeah. I don't honestly I don't know how you stop that.
6 times.
I mean, my sons, they're both 11. They'll be 12 next month. They don't have a cell phone. That's one of the many reasons why they don't. I don't believe in giving them a cell phone yet. So,
Good. Good idea.
but they'll get one eventually. You know, probably like around 14 or whatever, and that's when they're gonna want to do that shit. So I don't know. I gotta. Yeah,
I saw-
that's tough, man. That's
It is
a tough
bro,
thing
'cause
to
I saw
deal
all
with.
those laws that have been they're passing now, talking about you got to be age verification or like if it's under 18, it's banned in the state. I think
Because you
Texas
go to
might have
the
done it.
hub,
and part of
all
me's
the-
like, I think that's a good thing, yo, because
Yo,
these kids is going.
But
ham,
you
yo.
go to the hub, and all it says is, "Are you 18?" Click yes. There ain't no like background
Yeah,
check.
bro.
They ain't no like, yeah,
You know-
I don't know about this one. They're like, all right.
All you do is hit
You
that
18?
incognito
Alright.
incognito browser, and you just going to work, yo. It's just whatever it is, yo. Anyway, that's our discussion
Thick
on
and
porn
curvy
today.
Latinas.
I don't think we ended up on any real consensus here on porn consumption. I don't think. Oh, I don't. Not that I don't
it's
think.
a
I
net
don't. I don't
negative.
lend credence to the distortion of sexual relationships or anything in it, because I see it, and this is totally my viewpoint. I see it similarly to the other media types that we take in. That's how I see that.
You know why I don't
I
agree? You know
think-
why I don't agree
I
with that?
think the big problem, I'll just say one last thing,
Yeah.
is that this society of, I will call it like the lonely society, right? Where it's like, it's easy to not have physical connections with people because you have
Yes.
social media, because you have parasocial relationships with streamers, whether it's OnlyFans, whether it's porn, and it is a almost like a pandemic of sorts.
Oh,
where,
it is a pandemic.
where
Absolutely.
it's normal and it's okay, and less children are being born, and all these things are happening, right? Like ramifications of the digital world that we live in,
Right.
right? And that was my point of it being like a net negative of using porn to like visualize this experience of what sex should be like, and maybe that's your first time understanding it before even having sex.
I mean,
And
not for
it's
nothing,
on a
but-
phone where
but bro.
you're seeing like an intense scenario,
Right, but
we
isn't-
never had that growing up.
But that's what I'm saying. But like, just going back to what you just said, isn't porn, like, I'm not saying it's the
if you're a
main,
seasoned
but
veteran,
it's kind of a teaching tool.
it can be.
It can be, yes.
be.
I mean, you're gonna draw something from it, whatever. So
I think, to you, where you're going, I think it's more helpful than destructive in this sense. Not necessarily a teaching tool, but like it kind of allows you to safely explore what you're into.
well, because you're saying, well, this shit is normal because I saw it on porn, even if it technically might
'cause,
not
I
be.
mean, sex. Here's the thing about sex. I've learned this much from my years of browsing the hub. what's normal to you is not normal to other people, and
absolutely.
vice versa. Like people got their own
1000%.
interests, right? And so
Yeah.
that, in a way, lets you at least explore what you're interested in
Yeah.
safely before you sit down. You go down and meet somebody in the street, and then you're talking about, "Hey, I want to poop on you," right? And that's a very different experience, right? You know,
Two girls, one cup.
Yeah, you want 2 girls, 1 cup. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it. That might be a way to.
that type of stuff to me is wild, bro. Like that's like another level.
I mean, but that's what people kinks are people kinks.
Yeah.
They into weird. I'm not gonna say weird.
Fetishes.
People are just into things.
But that's how you kind of get into that about watching porn.
Well, are you getting into it, or are you exploring what you already into?
I mean,
right?
listen,
'Cause
like
I can't
you-
be convinced of something I'm not into.
I don't know.
You
Like
can't
I
show me
think
something
of.
like, hey,
I mean,
might
I
like
guess
that.
more of
If
what
you
I'm
think
thinking
about
of.
like your initial instincts, like before we had smartphones, right? What were your instincts before you actually had sex, right?
I found my grandfather's VCR tape when I was
No,
like
no, no. It was like
second grade.
You would pick up a magazine.
Yeah, second grade.
would
My
pick up a
dad
magazine
had
that
like a
had,
little,
like-
little porn magazine. I found that shit.
Second
Right, you
grade.
found
second
the porn
grade, I found
magazine.
Ginger on the
Yeah.
Rocks. Yeah.
You found out somebody had an access to this channel that was, the
squiggly
Spice
lines,
channel,
yeah, the squiggly lines,
famous
yeah.
Spice. Remember?
Spice.
61.
Yeah.
61.
I don't remember the number.
The
but
cable box was $1,299. It was
Yeah, I
like
don't
that
remember that.
bootleg
I don't
old
remember- I don't remember the
brown
number.
cable box. And
I remember the whole
my,
experience, I just don't remember the
old
number.
friend that we had, Specie. You watch a Specie?
I just know that as a young man,
Yeah.
you would get bricked up off the sound, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't even got to see
Yeah,
the
and my-
picture.
No, green squiggly line. You see?
Yeah,
you see a
yeah,
little
people
titty
would,
come out,
like,
you're
get
like,
Bricked
oh,
up
shit.
off the sound.
or you would be like, or I don't know, what was it? What was like a popular, not a Victoria's Secret, but like people would go for anything to try to.
My girl was
to
Heather
get
Hunter
that-
back in the day, yo. I still
Yeah.
remember her. She was the goat.
The hunter.
And look, and we had primal instincts to like crave for that thing
I love that woman.
to find
I was a teen, like Heather Hunter.
to figure out what it is, what that's about, or I don't know how to describe it, but now it's like it's so instantly available, and you could get any flavor you want that you kind of just it's just normal now, right? For like,
But is that necessarily a bad thing?
I think
As I sit back, we
because
have our
now you can
experience.
now you can
I just
do
think
the perfect
I just think it's no, it's not. It could be bad. It might not be bad. I think it's bad if it affects your relationship.
Yeah.
Like I talked about right now, like with the Terry Crews.
Definitely.
In that situation, it's bad because it's affecting
Yeah,
his
if you
relationship.
good
'Cause it's
enough
like
to the point that you can't.
if his wife wants to get down and he can't, that's an issue. That means that now she probably got to go somewhere else.
And I think as the human, I don't know, as the world is acknowledging it's bad, and it may not be porn, but there's a reason why there's less and less children
Right.
that are being born.
Well, you get into whole socioeconomic.
I was trying to say
That is a
And
we
porn
could
has a-
put
and
that
porn
as
is
a
a layer
tribute
on
to
that,
that.
too.
Listen, like I was trying to say before.
We could put that like on a column if there was like a spreadsheet of things why.
Yeah, I mean, you sit there and you do the
people, like,
math. People are not having kids because they can't afford kids and all that stuff. Yes, right. But at the same time, the dudes can go right on their phone and beat off in the bathroom and be just as happy. So yeah, there is a bunch of different things going
Exactly.
on.
But what I was trying to say before, I just think that like I know a couple of couples that I know of that some know they know that I know, some don't know that I know, but I know that they swing.
Right.
They're swingers, whatever. So I think that
That's an
is
interesting lifestyle.
something.
They don't know that you know. That's kind of crazy too.
Yeah, because there's people that they told me. Let's put it that way.
I mean, it's an interesting lifestyle. That's a very
So
tough one.
the point I'm trying to make is like I think something like that. I mean, you don't have to learn it from porn, but I feel like that could be an influence towards you getting into that world. You know what I mean? Like that's just.
But
something.
that's what it gets into, and
I mean, and people.
And I'm not
I feel
knocking
like
it.
people were naturally.
And let me say for the
doing that.
record. Let me say for the record. It's not for me, but I'm
Right.
not. If you do it, I'm not knocking it.
right.
I'm not like whatever makes your relationship work. Y'all want to do that? Knock yourself out.
Here's where I'll dispute on that though, because I've watched porns of swinging people, because I'd be like, I'm curious. I'm like, what the fuck is this that people are into?
Bro,
and I've watched that shit.
Yeah, to see your wife get pounded out, that's
and
crazy
I've watched
to me.
it and then
That's crazy. I don't
Right.
care what nobody says. That shit crazy to
right.
me,
And
bro.
I've watched it, and then given the context and all that, so I'm like,
It's
but this ain't something.
devastating.
This ain't something I'm into.
That would
I
be a
can't get into.
devastating experience.
Yeah, it's like that's not something I
Of
can
course,
get into.
1,000%. Yes, it's devastating. Like
Yeah.
what, bro? You can have her after that. Nah, man.
But this is what I mean about exploring things that you're into, right? And not that I'm using porn, but I've used it for that matter. But trying to put that hat on this too. Like I've seen stuff like that. That's not something that interests me, man. It's not something that I want to partake in. Not something I want to continue watching. Right? But if you are someone that doesn't know, being exposed to it this way, in some ways is safer, right? Otherwise, you end up.
No, I see what you're saying.
You end up diddied, yo. You end up like someone takes advantage of you, and you're in a situation, and all that stuff.
There's pros and cons, and that's funny because we're having this conversation in the background of this crazy conversation. You got the Diddy stuff, so which is crazy. But yeah, I mean, listen, I guess it's pros and cons, Listen, if it's working, I would just say, listen, if you're in a relationship, obviously if you're not in a relationship, it's whatever. But if you are, you just want it to where it's something that you like to partake in, and your significant other, whoever that may be, that they're cool with it or they're maybe partaking with you, whatever, and that's it. If y'all happy with it, y'all happy with it, That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a funny segue. I don't think we were ever really gonna come out with any real consensus or guidance on this.
Yeah, I mean,
it's such a very
it's one of the biggest industries in the world. No, I mean, we haven't looked at. I haven't looked at the numbers recently.
Probably the biggest.
I know
gaming, girls are like
gaming and porn are probably the two.
It's the number one, bro. It's number one, bro.
It's probably the biggest.
Yeah.
Video games, sports, ain't nothing beating that, bro.
And if you think about from just like a mental stimulus perspective, right? Like there's a lot of studies that say playing video games is actually good as a positive,
right?
Compared to like maybe watching TV shows or something, some other.
Yeah, because you're
obviously maybe not reading, but like your hand-eye coordination, all these things that kind of maybe stimulate you in a positive way, and they could say it's you're wasting your life away, but like I don't know if that's true for porn, but I know that they are the biggest industry in the world.
You know what's funny is that I feel
one of the biggest.
I feel that porn
and degrading to a sense. Like imagine you knew you had your daughter or somebody that's in the industry.
That's what I was gonna. That's what
you know what I mean?
This.
Like there's a dark cloud that hovers over it, but it's always out there.
That's what I was gonna go with this. I think there's a lot of misogyny baked into porn.
Yeah.
And then that's what's really troublesome about it. I think there's a viewpoint on porn
because it points like or shows like scenarios.
Well,
right.
Let's also be frank. The audience that's consuming porn is largely male.
Okay.
Right.
It's probably upwards of 70% male. Right. I don't know the math here. I didn't look it up at all, but it's probably somewhere in that realm.
Low.
It's probably very low on the female side that's actually consuming porn in the sense that they're searching for.
A lot of females are into porn too, though.
Oh, they're into it, but I'm saying like consuming it. The consumer is male. They produce this product for a male consumer, and so because of that, there's a lot of stereotypes and misogyny baked into it. And I think maybe as you're reading about things about how problematic it is and all that stuff, it's probably mixed into that. There's a lens there of like, hey, it's not really like equal, and all that stuff that comes with the rest of that stuff. And I'm not going to go deep into what we're talking about there, but in general, and so I don't know if that's right or wrong. I don't know if it's fair or unfair. It's too convoluted to say. What I will say, though, is I don't believe that viewing it, especially, I know not one-time viewing, but someone that periodically views, that it distorts their world vision to the degree that's worse than like a movie or reality TV or a video game. I would say it's about the same sort of media consumption.
I would say that's yes for us, right? Like we grew up in a different time,
right,
where we were able to separate that. Like I will say one thing I'll find, because I know you would sit down and you said you enjoy, like, shout out to Bang Bros.
Bang Bus, right? Like,
that shit was interesting. You knew that was fake, but they incorporated this reality show experience where it was like, oh, you met this random girl on the street.
It was funny, man.
And it's like, you would grow up as a dude and you would meet girls outside and you would be like, wow, imagine I could bang this girl, right? and like they brought that onto like a show, right? And like that was like the first wave that I thought was, whoa, this is kind of crazy, right? Like nobody had ever.
Brazzers is hilarious.
They flipped the porn game on its head, and then obviously now they have all these different narratives and such. But like, okay, that's they picked a lane and they made a theme about it, but I think we grew up in both sides, right? Where we were pre-porn and post-porn, pre-phone, post-phone. Like we know how to, balance our addictions, and the addiction part is probably the big detrimental thing behind all of this.
Yeah, because I mean, look, I've seen there's like the realtors that you come in to do the open house and it turns into a thing.
Yeah. Now they got
when
all
I was
sorts.
searching open houses, I didn't think that was a reality. Yeah, I didn't think that was a thing. It was just like, it's just a disconnect. It's just a fucking scenario. Anyway, we went long on there. Let's wrap this motherfucker up.
Yeah. Overall, I don't know what our message is. Maybe it's.
I don't think there was a
The
message.
message is lost.
I don't think there was a
don't-
message.
I'm not sure. Porn is good or bad depending on,
Hey,
who
listen.
you are.
If you're listening to this episode, drop a comment, man.
And drop a comment. What do you think
Yeah.
about porn?
Yeah.
And where it
And
plays.
if you don't, you probably watch porn.
and you're probably watching
sick
porn right
fuck.
now. You're probably, if you're listening to us and watching porn, you're an
Damn, you
interesting
special,
individual.
bro.
You're an interesting individual.
Yeah, if you listen, if you watching porn, listen at the same time. You special,
Bro,
man.
this
Shouts
world
to
is
you.
about to get flipped on its head with AI and how they're gonna incorporate porn. And
Yeah,
all these
porn is gonna
different
be quite
things.
interesting.
Yeah, it's
It'll be pretty interesting. Anyway,
fucked.
with that, Mike, where can we find you, man?
At Bronx Legend on Twitter.
That's it?
All right, Bronx Legend 176 on the greatest of all time, the GOAT
See, he didn't want to
PS5.
share the console at first. I had to bring it out of him. That's how much he loves that console.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little tired.
I mean, don't holler my name on Call of Duty.
I thought Viddy Smalls was back. I thought we,
Viddy?
now that Diddy
Man,
was,
we didn't talk about Diddy.
Oh, where free Diddy?
Damn, free Diddy, bro. We can't end on that note.
Wow. Yeah, we'll have to come back to that
I
another
was waiting
time.
for Mike on that one.
The Viddy name is healing.
The Viddy Davis Hilly.
Viddy Smalls on X. I'm still trading coins and JPEGs. You can find me on there.
Actually, we didn't talk about that either. How randomly spotted Viddy in the city, just
Yeah.
like chilling there, and it's like, oh, is this really him on 34th Street? I'm like, what's
Yeah.
going on? And yeah, he's out there just
I was out there.
NFTing it up.
networking.
NFTing it up. And of course, I am AG the Mush everywhere. And this is the ManCamp podcast. Thank you for joining us. You made it this far. Thank you for joining. Please like, subscribe, share. That's how we get more people to listen on Spotify and across the board. And deuces.
Peace.
Later.